Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Firewatch. All right, we're on day 3 of Henry's little getaway. And a couple people actually let me know that he is writing about his thoughts in a journal here, so let's take a look. May 3rd. Think today's going to be normal. Although Delilah is having a hell of a time getting the communications wire fixed. Those girls did a real bang-up job fucking us over. A few days before I left, I got a call from Jules' dad. Realized I hadn't really talked to him over the past few years as much as I thought. I think I was so worried about getting Madeline on the phone whenever I would call that I just stopped calling altogether. So maybe Madeline is like the mother-in-law? I guess that's the sort of thing writing all this stuff down is supposed to make me realize. It's interesting that he puts it that way, like, writing all this down is supposed to make me realize this. Like, it seems like someone's kind of recommended this to him. I wonder, actually, if it wasn't something that Julia did. Because there was that early scene where he was looking through her notebook and the drawings she had of him. And there was also, like, some journal entries on there. So it's super interesting that, like, look what's in his environment. There is a range of coping styles on display here, from the whiskey to the journal writing to the books and the outdoor nature, but then the isolation. Like, it's quite a lot. It's quite a cocktail of positive and potentially negative psychological influences. But this is probably the best thing that he's doing right here, is processing. And processing is just organization, right? Organizing your thoughts. It can help to sort of get them outside of your own head and look at them. And sometimes this just helps you come to new insights about things. For example, like this thought, you know, I didn't realize how little I talked to Jules' dad. Committing something like that to paper is like a new point of awareness in Henry's life. And might lead him down the route of, like, what other things have I missed? What other things have I not thought too much about over the years? So let's continue. Anyway, Mick just wanted me to see how I was doing and wanted to have me out. And I appreciate it because he's got that ain't no worries bloke attitude. But it doesn't feel right. I bet Madeline's been hard on him. God damn. That's pretty interesting. It doesn't necessarily confirm that idea that came through in the early part of the story, which was like Jules' parents dislike me. Like there's a barrier there. That actually keys me into like a way of thinking that's characteristic of Henry, because yeah, it was a bit all or nothing. There was a distortion in that idea that, like, Jules' parents don't like me. That's a big part of the problem that I'm in right now, is I feel distant from her, both physically and emotionally and familially. They took her from me. Like, that's a big part of the pain that he's in. But he is clearly seeing here that, like, oh, I didn't even have a full picture of what my relationship was like with one of them. And then we're going straight into, like, I bet it's Madeline, right? She's got to be the source of the problem here. So I wonder how accurate that characterization is as well. Here's something else I realized. Jules liked my parents. She liked them both, but that didn't stop her from laying into me with, "You're acting like your father." And I realize now that I love the parts of her that she got from Mick, and the parts of her that she got from Madeline scared the living shit out of me. Except for the whole looks department. No denying she looked out there. Interesting. I've made this comment in other series where I talked about grief, but I think that this is a good kind of reflection to start for Henry, because it's very easy to boil people down to, like, their very observable, very obvious traits, and then to make judgments about a narrow selection of things. And in the grieving process, like, it's totally okay and in some ways, like, kind of necessary to grieve a whole person. Like, it's okay for him to recognize that there are challenging things about his relationship with Julia. There are challenging things about the extended family situation. I think it would also be very fair to recognize that, like, he himself is acting uncharacteristically, probably in some ways, because of how distraught he is over losing his spouse this way. And so are her parents. Like, maybe it's the case that he's seeing Mick as more relatable because, like, they're going through the same thing in some respects. And I wonder how Madeline's dealing with it. Like, obviously, he feels like they took her from him, and they have negative thoughts about him as a partner. And I think he said that they believed she could have done better. But I wonder how much of that is explicit. Like, was it ever said that way? Or is that maybe how he feels? Hang on. Hold that thought. Okay, I'll get back to whatever the fuck I was just saying, but this is very important. Shelley Duval is here in the cabin. We actually took her home. Can she?
Well, I could never send you away. Take me back.
Can we take her with us? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Friendship ended with pinecone. There's no way they just let me take Shelley with me this whole time. Look, whatever it takes, okay? I just need some kind of attachment. I'm very lonely out here. Delilah is an attachment, but she's very far away and I don't know much about her. In fact, that's probably it's probably a little bit dangerous because, yeah, there's a possibility we're projecting a lot of things onto her because we don't know a ton. I mean, there are even some similarities to, like, what did she say? Like, I'm looking at you across the bar. Like, it's kind of how we met Julia, and she was drawing him and Julia would draw us. And I wonder how much of that is, like, us experiencing Henry's perception, elevating those similarities. It's very interesting. There's a lot of subtle stuff going on with him. A lot of emotions to sort out. Well, you know what the real benefit of Shelley Duval is compared to the pinecone? Is it seems like Shelley doesn't roll away as easily. Now that really is a benefit to keeping her safe. And frankly, of keeping me safe. Because I just cannot go out into the wilderness without some sort of safety item to cling on to. You know what though? I'm gonna take Shelley upstairs. I don't think it's fair to Shelley. This is my own shit. Like, I shouldn't wrap her up in it. That wouldn't be healthy. You can stay at home, Shelley. You'll be here when I get back. Okay, but that means I do need something something stable to take with me. Where the fuck is... There it is. There it is. Okay. Now, let's figure out what I'm supposed to do today. We're supposed to find boards downstairs to patch a window. Oh, okay. So we're actually not going anywhere just yet. Okay. Pinecone's gonna need to settle down. There's some boards. All right. All right, there we go. Now you're really safe, Shelley.
Window all patched up. So, what should I do now? What's next?
What's next? What do you think is next?
Well, you've been the one giving me tasks for 2 days straight.
What's next is you sit in that room until September 1st and call me at the first sign of smoke.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't you let me know when you're mentally prepared for that task and I'll give it to you.
Didn't my little notebook say that it was, like, May? What the fuck am I supposed to do until September?
Okay, I think I am ready to tackle my long-term commitment of keeping this national forest safe from total destruction.
I am glad to hear you've really thought this through.
That's right.
Of course.
We've issued you a comfy chair to sit in and everything.
You know, it's
Thank
not
you.
really that comfy. I mean, it's wooden and there's no padding. I think I actually got a splinter in my thigh this morning.
Aw. Well, regardless, take a seat. The forest depends on you.
Seriously? That's it? What? The 6 days passed. And I left my pine cone outside.
Hello, Henry. Having a nice afternoon?
Yeah. This looks great.
Not too bad. I could get used to it out here.
That's nice. Look, I called with bad news. 2 young women, Chelsea Stevens and Lily McLean, were reported missing. They've got parents out in California who haven't heard from them in a week. They were supposed to meet an aunt down in Cody. If they're the girls from last week, then you're probably the last person to
Oh,
have seen
shit. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm happy to be questioned. I mean, they were annoying, but of
You should tell whoever that I'm happy to be questioned.
course we want to help them.
Look, it's not gonna be an issue. I mean, if they turn up dead, then maybe. Should I just not say anything and save us the trouble?
No, it's worth mentioning. Henry would do the right thing. I think. Right? What would I do?
I'm gonna take your silence as maybe we just don't say anything.
Why?
Thanks. Enjoy the sunset.
My hesitation keeps getting me into these little quagmires.
Henry, wake up.
Day 15. Oh,
Get
time's
out of
really
bed and pick up
flying
the
by.
radio.
What the hell's going on now?
What do you want?
Hey, you big dumb idiot.
Whoa, what the hell? Hey, Julia.
Hi, Jules.
Oh, you sound tired.
I am.
Are you having a nice time?
Oh, he must be halfway
Henry?
between a dream and
Are you having a nice time?
a nightmare. Some weird stuff happened.
I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'll let you get back to sleep then.
Okay, Jules.
No.
Delilah seems nice.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Bye, baby.
Ah, man. I kind of take this as like, well,
Is it too much of a pain in the ass to bring supplies all the way up to our towers?
he clearly thinks that there's a part of him that definitely feels wrong about all this time he's spending with Delilah and how easily they seem to get on. But it's so fascinating that the image he holds of Julia in his mind is like so kind about it. Like he wasn't being scolded about it. It's almost more painful in a way because it sounded accepting. Like Delilah seems nice, but he doesn't want to accept this. Like she's not a replacement.
Well, I get my stuff hand-delivered.
Oh, how's that work?
It's the perks of a decade of service. You're out hiking in 90-degree heat, and I get to do crosswords. Isn't life miserably unfair? Anyway, when you find the supply drop, remember it's not just for you, okay? Other lookouts, biologists, a few people get their food there, and I don't want to have to call in for more. There should be loads of good stuff, though. Beans, prunes, jerky. You know, my sister eats 6 prunes a day. 6. She's, like, really precise about it. She'd be great at this job if she didn't need wheelbarrows full of marijuana to function.
I don't know. It kind of seems like the ideal place to have barrels of marijuana.
So, like, 2 weeks ago, you called me in the middle of the night. You were sleeping, I guess, and all I heard was the name Jules through the mumbles.
Oh, no.
I just thought it was so sweet. I wanted to wake you up, but then I thought maybe you were having a nice conversation and I'd just be spoiling it. I hope you're doing okay, you know, when it comes to her.
That's actually that was a nice thing that she just said. I play it cool, Henry.
I am.
Good. I'm glad. Look. So, a couple of months before I took this job, I was with this guy, Javier. He's incredible, caring, sexy as hell. He was a driller down in Casper. We dated for almost 5 years. I was working with the Wyoming Outdoor Leadership School, and I was obsessed with it. I wanted to be an instructor so badly. And I was sure I was going to marry Javier as soon as I could be bothered. Walls was also a good excuse to get out of town, drink whiskey in the mountains, cut loose. Then, Javier's brother got killed working in Gillette.
Oh, God.
For some reason, I didn't come home. Javier said it was fine. He'd go to the funeral, take care of his mom, stuff like that. It'd be easier solo. When he came back, he left me.
Oh my God.
Here, I lied and told my sister he fucked our neighbor. So, I lied to you. I came out here with a broken heart just like you. I figured you've told me so much about you, so, you know, there's something about me. We both fucked up.
No reaction? No, you have no reaction to that, Henry? As if I, like, would have anything meaningful to say either. I find Delilah's little story there quite relatable myself, actually. I know many people do. The end of a long relationship that you had sort of fixed in your mind as something that you believed could go on forever, ending suddenly, and that does some very long-term things to you, to your identity. I didn't find myself out in the woods or anything, but I do know the experience of soul searching. I think the thing that's most relatable between Henry and Delilah here, as she mentions that, is they're both grieving, like grieving the life that they didn't get to have. What could have been with both of their people. It can be such a hard thing to accept that, like, what you thought the future would be is just gone. Not pieces of it could still be there. What feels like all of it, because we all make plans. You get into an industry, you want to get into a career, you hope you get a job. It doesn't happen. You look for a similar job. I mean, none of us get our idea of the future entirely right, but if we head in the right direction, we tend to get little bits of it right. But when it involves a person that you're so deeply connected to, and your idea of like where you would be and who you would be, the fact that all of it is just gone all at once is such a mental sidetrack. And the future doesn't just seem like something you can pivot in, but that you have to rethink entirely. It's not a surprise, though, that both of them have come out here to just this place where the present moment is so dominant. Like, it's almost like harder to be terrified about the future when you're in a place like this. I think that's something that they really need. But for how long? I know I've been on my own soul searching journey, but I think if you stay soul searching and you never quite find your soul, well, then you're just lost. Okay, here's the old fence. I'll tell you what, I don't feel any sort of way about Delilah lying. Maybe that's just because of how I'm trying to think of this story and these characters, but if someone lies about something, they're protecting something, right? And what was Delilah protecting? Well, herself. from the raw emotions of her own loss, but she was also protecting this kind of relationship with Henry. And the fact that she told us the truth without us having to like dig it out of her means that she no longer feels she needs to protect it, which means she feels more comfortable. It's something she has to be less concerned with. I no longer feel like I'm going to be judged by you. And so I can tell you this thing that it's not like she owed us an explanation for. So I actually find that to be quite nice. I am noticing, though, that I have a distinct lack of emotional support object. I'm feeling kind of sad, if I'm being honest, out here. Delilah just told me some sad stuff. And I don't have anything to really grip onto and hold me steady. I really would prefer something more familiar, like a pine cone, or Shelley, my turtle. But it looks like the only options that I have are the stone. Now, the stone's pretty solid. What about this claw? I mean, the claw is cool, but I do feel like I need something real stable, so I'm going to take the stone. The stone will keep me safe. So I'm meant to be hiking north here, and I have to say, the stone is legit, okay? The stone, it doesn't roll away at all. As I try to figure out where I am. I like that about the stone. It's a very stable companion. But you know what? I also feel like my attachment to it is a little lessened by this. Like, I mean, I don't even have to fight for this. A pine cone really tested my limits. It really tested my commitment. I didn't include it in the video because why would anyone want to fucking watch it? But like, I actually spent a very long time looking for the pine cone after it like rolled down this hill. Okay. So we've got supplies. We've got food for the other lookouts here. I mean, this is the one for 2 forks.
All right, I got everything I need out of here. Time to chow down.
Just yours, right?
Who do you think I am?
Day 64. Okay, like that's quite a significant length of time now.
You've got a front row seat for what might be the biggest fire of the year.
Oh my god.
It's really going.
I'm gonna call it in. They'll send in a hotshot crew for some suppression, but I bet we'll be stuck with her for the rest of the summer. And
What?
she doesn't have a name yet. I usually think of something funny or something practical or a little risque when coming up with them. But why don't you do the honors?
The rest of the summer? The flapjack fire.
No ideas, huh?
The big fire. Let's name it Delilah. I'm just gonna throw that in there.
That brain of yours.
It's not very creative, but I do kind of just want to see how she
One of
reacts.
your quiet moods.
Delilah's a nice name.
No, you big dummy.
I was kidding.
No, you weren't.
No, you were not. You're sweet, but we can't call it the Delilah fire.
Okay, what then?
How about my middle name, June?
The June fire. Even though it's July.
That's very similar to
I
Julia.
like it. So there's this creek down the hill, and, you know what my favorite thing to do is?
What's that?
I love to take a bottle of whatever I have on hand, plunge it deep into the water, and let it chill in there all day. And then, on nights like tonight, when it is so disgustingly hot, I have something nice and cool to drink. I learned that from my sister in Santa Fe. She'd do that with a bottle of tequila near her house and make margaritas the size of your head. You'd like it there.
Okay, it's starting to give us a lot more direct.
I've had one too many bad experiences with tequila. I'm a little reticent to try it again.
Well, maybe you just need a new, good experience with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you looking at the fire?
No.
No, I'm not.
I'm distracted.
When you are.
I'm distracted by this accelerated flirtatious behavior from, well, the both of us, really. I think it's really interesting that it gives us these different thoughts. And I actually kind of take them as Henry thinks all of them. Like, he's probably thinking all of them, and he's sort of thinking about which one he wants to select. Maybe that's not correct. Maybe you really are choosing, and the other ones don't matter. But this isn't like a choice-based game. It's not like you're building a character. Like, you're Henry. Henry has a very defined personality. So I actually think it means that he does think them all. So he does, not surprisingly, have, maybe they're just instincts, but ideas, certain flirtatious thoughts that come to mind. Naming the fire Delilah was, kind of a sweet joke, but saying he wants to spend time with her, definitely more direct. I wonder if he is feeling that. I mean, it's quite a long time now, 60 days for his thoughts and feelings to evolve. I guess we don't get more of his journal entries, maybe on a different day, but I guess it would be not a great sign if he stopped. Let's go take a look at that fire.
Okay, I'm looking at it again.
I love how they look at night. During the day, it's just smoke, but when the sun is down, you can just get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Why do you say that?
Why do you say that?
Because I do. I'm not crazy. I mean, we've had such a good time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you. Not in the same way. And I know you're not really available, but I want you to know, well, maybe it'd be nice to get together at the end of the summer. Look, we don't have to plan or even talk about it. I'm just having the thought. I wish I was over there.
I wish you were too.
We could sit outside. We could talk without these radios. We could,
What? What could we do?
Well, let me tell you. You're going fishing without a license?
It's one fish.
Okay, give me a moment to I have to process myself here. With how fast time is moving in the game now, it's hard to actually get an understanding of whether Henry genuinely feels that close to Delilah at this point, or whether he feels like it's appropriate or possible for him to have like an actual romantic relationship with her. It's clear that he values her companionship, but that was a very different kind of conversation. What an interesting pair they are too, though, because Henry is, at least as I see him, he hesitates really speaking his mind, but Delilah really doesn't. She just kind of, I think she's lost really any inhibition. It's not to say she's insensitive. I think that she carefully words herself, but she clearly isn't interested in being indirect about how she feels. Whereas like my reaction through Henry was sort of like, yeah, I do wish you were here with me. Like, it's lonely out here, but would he go as far to say what he's looking for, or does he even know at this point? I think Delilah's in a different situation. Obviously, she had a relationship that is firmly over, and God, this thing with Julia is so complicated. Like, she's alive, she's in his life, but certainly not in the way that he wants. And and can't be anymore. But does that mean like you're not able, or you would ever allow yourself to find someone else? Like, I have no good answer to this. This is like one of the challenging things about my work is that I'm supposed to help people make decisions, or if nothing else, help them sort out their feelings so that they can make decisions. And I think the conversations I would be having with Henry at this stage would be less about general ethics in a detached sort of way. Should people in this type of situation make these types of... It's very impersonal to Henry's actual life. I think that that's a way of removing ourselves from the responsibility to our own unique emotions to sort of go in that direction. I would be talking more about his values with him, and I'll dig a little bit into that after he chats it up with Delilah a little bit
I'm
more.
sick of all the stuff I got to eat.
Well, I won't tell anyone you're a poacher. That reminds me, I keep hearing reports from Fish and Game about a problem bear they're trying to keep tabs on. Can you search around the lake for fresh tracks and just let me know what you find?
A bear.
There was a crew burning fire lines out to the east, and, I think sometimes it riles up the wildlife.
A bear, fuck that.
Does problem actually mean murderer? Like how Charles Manson is a problem cult leader?
Oh, come on. You just have to look for tracks. That's it.
Ugh. Can't believe I'm going to leave this planet as a pile of bear shit.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of values, well, we might hesitate in our actions and our goals and our objectives when we feel uncertain about whether a decision is aligned with a value that we hold. Now, values are important because they're not always just about having good goals and moving towards them. They're kind of like your compass for life, right? Like they are directions that you want to head in. And the individual actions and goals and behaviors that you have, that we try to align ourselves with those values, but they're not goals themselves. And so getting into a conversation of like, should I get closer to Delilah? That's very specific. It's a very specific thing to do. I think you could feel very confused and uncertain and hesitant getting in a conversation like that. And so I would sit down with Henry and I would say, it seems like there's a competition between your values of loyalty to Julia, your values of love and the relationship that you value, and the parts of you that are precious to you that came about because of your relationship with her. There's competition between that and this emerging value of feeling useful, feeling wanted, feeling present for a connection that is right in front of you. And that value conflict is creating a kind of tension that's making it very hard to make clear choices. So let's explore this, right? What would happen if you abandoned those values of connection and usefulness and being desired that are attached to Delilah right now? And you subsumed fully into the values of loyalty with Julia. How would you feel? And he might say, well, loyalty is important to me and I still love Julia and I would feel like I'm doing the right thing, but I would also feel like I might be missing something as I get closer to this person, and it seems like there's a lot of compatibility there. And so what would happen if you favored those values of connection and being wanted and you abandoned values of loyalty? And I think he would have a pretty strong reaction to that and say, I think I would feel like a piece of shit and say, okay, what are the choices that we can make then that attend to both of these? Because when we put values in conflict and competition like that, we have a tendency to feel like it's either one or the other. And so I might position someone to say, like, what would the extreme of this side feel like compared to the extreme of this side? And like, how would you feel making that choice and committing fully to it? Well, probably not great on either side. And I'd say, okay, well, look, you don't have to make a decision right now, okay? Delilah just told you, because she's a very direct person, that she likes you and she values the connection that you're building as well. But she also told you that she knows you're not available. she's not putting any pressure on you or there any sort of urgency on you that this is like a closing window of opportunity if you decide you want to pursue that relationship. And you've got a lot of feelings, Henry. A big guy with a lot of big feelings. There's no reason to like be decisive about them in this moment. But just be careful, okay? That if you feel yourself starting to close in on a decision, to think again on what your values are, because the second that you decide I'm going to abandon one of them completely is a sign that we may be acting on impulse rather than value-oriented decisions. So be patient in this place where you literally are going to be here all day, every day, all summer with this person, with all these confusing feelings flying around. But let the serene nature envelop you, okay? Let the stillness remind you that there is no urgency in your situation. You don't even know what she looks like, Henry. So be cool and use your compass. Use your feelings compass.
Someone left their clipboard out here.
It could have been one of the Fish and Game folks. See if there's a name or a credential or something. I can call it in.
The old clipboard. Wait a second. What the hell?
What?
What did that say?
It's... Holy shit.
What's going on? You didn't actually find a bear, did you?
Someone has written down what we said to each other, have been saying.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you, not in the same way.
No way.
Wait, hold on. Something's out here.
Henry,
What?
I'm worried.
Yeah, on the other page before this
Didn't eat any mushrooms, did you?
flipped over, it said something about jewels.
I mean, they can be fun, but also, devastating. Regardless, just let me know, okay, buckaroo? Oh, God. I don't know why I just called you that.
Feelings for 2 hours, maybe just drunk. Wait a second. Yeah, this is not just like taking account of our conversation. It's trying to interpret the very same things that I'm interpreting. Like scribble underlines around feelings for Henry. Erased to 2 hours. And then a comment, maybe just drunk. Would you kill Paul McCartney to bring back Jimi Hendrix? Absolutely. Me too. Me 3. Someone's like really getting invested. That's weird. I mean, it's kind of strange. Radio. What? What the fuck?
Henry? Are you there? What happened, Henry?
Holy hell, I got hit in the head. Punched or something by someone.
Are you serious? What the hell is going on out there?
I don't know. Jesus Christ.
It's those
Let me guess,
teens.
You found a clipboard with, what, transcripts of our conversations? What else is on it?
I don't know. It's
Weird
gone,
shit.
Along with the radio of theirs. Somebody out here could have just killed me, Delilah.
What the fuck is going on?
What's Wapiti Station?
I don't know.
I saw the name Wapiti Station right before I was cold cocked. Does Wapiti Station mean anything to you?
Wapiti Meadow. Maybe it's Wapiti Meadow. It's on our maps. It's not too far from where you are right now. It's where you saw that damn fence. It's north of the lake. It looks like there should be a trail somewhere on the north shore of Jonesy Lake.
I'll start hiking that way now. God damn it, my head.
Are you sure you saw what you saw, Henry? Maybe you pissed off some more campers and they came back to sucker punch you.
I know what I saw.
This just
Yeah, why would I make this up?
Seems like a misunderstanding or something.
Why would I make this up? It's an insane lie at worst and a shitty prank at best.
And you've been feeling okay?
I feel fine.
Okay.
I'm confused.
I'm sorry, I believe you, but that conversation was from 2 weeks ago.
I know they were. So what's to say that they don't have transcripts from 3, 4, or 5 weeks ago?
Our entire relationship, friendship, our whole summer.
Someone is out here with a walkie-talkie taking notes and talking to God knows who.
But why? Like, it's not like we're really trading clandestine secrets.
I'll hike out there and get some answers.
Great. Just keep a clear head. Don't, do anything crazy.
Like taking a job in the middle of nowhere with literally no escape from whatever or whoever is out there?
Well, I meant, kill anybody.
You got it, boss.
Okay. So there is something to that fence. And I do find it strange that Delilah had no idea what it was. I mean, she's been out here for a long fucking time. Seen all manner of strange things. Telling me stories of people disappearing and stuff like that. I don't like it. I'm not in a trusting mood. And I don't even have my pine cone. Which is bullshit. I don't have anything. I don't have my stone. I have nothing. What is in here? An old sweater. Can't call it in. The Fourth Estate. What is this? Neil Black thought a trip to California would do him good. He'd soak up some sun, drive a convertible, and maybe even enjoy a poolside drink with a tiny umbrella. But in Richard Sturgeon's fourth entry in the Neil Black series, California is nothing but a dream. An emergency landing after a murder in first class, after a trans-American thriller that pulls Neil South City streets and slams him to a sordid web of politics, high finance, and he finds murder, deceit, and betrayal. $2.50. 1989 money. And there's a spooky skeleton on the front with the mouth of America. Okay. Here's the thing, all right? The only way to solve a mystery without any information is you gotta ask who benefits. It's the time of the series where Brady asks, who benefits? Who benefits from hearing my conversation with Delilah? What is the benefit? Well, Delilah has a lot of information, a lot of experience. She knows the land, she knows the history, and she knows how to sweet talk. she knows how to sweet talk lonely, sad men like me. And she knows how to get me to listen to her commands. Because that's what they're starting to feel like. They're starting to feel like commands. Go chase down those teens, Henry. Look at the fire, Henry. Share your thoughts and feelings with me, Henry. I'm being very unreasonable to Delilah right now, but I'm feeling very upset. I just got punched in the head, okay? My thoughts are swirling. This is how I imagine Henry to be feeling and thinking right now. Not very values-driven thoughts. And that's the thing that stress does to you. This is what I mean by impulsive. You're sort of abandoning all of your core beliefs. So Delilah is a very knowledgeable and persuasive person. Who is Henry in the grand scheme? Well, I'm a nobody. I'm witless. Okay, I'm persuadable, agreeable. I'll basically do anything. And I'm somewhat non-confrontational unless you push me to my edge. Okay, and then I might fucking snap. And I'm distraught with grief. Okay, and I'm looking for a shaky emotional outlet to process my complex feelings. Okay, and I'm writing and I'm typing my thoughts down, and someone broke into my fucking building, probably took some of that shit. Maybe they're even the one who filled my little cabin with scary books about espionage and murder, trying to get me to feel suspicious, trying to make me scared of something. I don't know. So who benefits from the circumstantial pairing of Delilah and Henry? Well, the only thing I can think of someone benefiting from Henry is that he's like a pretty simple fall guy. Like, I'm basically no one with no future. Who's gonna miss me? But Delilah, she's somebody. At least in this microcosm. And you know what? I think whoever this person is, people, could be an organization, benefits from me being suspicious. Putting all those spooky books in my cabin, having them out here in the cache for me to pick up. I think that they want me to be paranoid so that I turn on Delilah. And to think that she's wrapped up in this when she's probably not. Maybe she's just a really good fucking actor. But, or maybe I'm just like a very persuasive mope. But I really feel like she meant the stuff that she said. And there was real vulnerability in her voice. I don't know, maybe I'm a shitty therapist and I can't tell the difference. But I think that someone benefits from me being upset. And so I'm going to do my best to calm down and think rationally. And I will do so even without the stability of an emotional support object. Why can't I just take one of these stones just sitting here? My supposition would be that this is not about money. It's about identity. I think it's about identity. I think the fixation on the relationship and the dialogue and, I mean, there's really nothing that says the two things are even connected. The clipboard and a murder mystery. Like, I could just be connecting that stuff because I'm fucking looking for anything.
Okay, I'm at the fence. I don't see anyone around, but I'm not sure I can get past it.
How big is it?
Big. It goes off in both directions. Acres.
What the fuck is going on out here?
Whatever it is, someone doesn't want anyone to know about it.
Sometimes biologists will cordon off a little area to study flora or whatever, but that's only a few square feet usually.
That's not what this is.
Well, see what you can do to get past it.
Bro, just climb it. Just climb right over. It's not that big. Yes! This is what I needed. Smash it up, Henry. Really? That... Fuck.
Look, I'm not going to be able to get into this place.
Shit.
I don't know how long I can dick around out here until someone notices.
Just go over.
God, if you were an actual firefighter, you'd have that gate down in 2 shakes. Hey, actually, those guys doing the controlled burn, they might be able to help.
Why?
Where are they?
Just climb the tree and then go over.
Scout camp. They burned a line a few days ago that should let you hike right to them.
Well, that's great.
If they haven't left, they're probably the type of guys who would help you get through that fence.
I mean, I know Henry's kind of a big guy. Look, you could take this branch and sort of, like, pin it and then, like, climb. Well, I don't know. I say that, but it looks pretty heavy. You could jump off this. I feel like there would be a way. That doesn't look that dangerous to hop over. Maybe we could get him some clippers or something. Look for controlled burns south of Ruby River. Where the fuck is that? That's like way down there. Okay. I guess I'm going on a trek. At the moment, there is nothing actually that connects the fence to the clipboard, to the radio, to being knocked out. It's very hard to concretely tie any of that stuff together. I mean, it's a bunch of weird shit, that's for sure. But I don't know how reasonable it is to, like, dive into judgment. But one thing's for certain. Well, I guess not certain, but one thing I'm backing away from is attaching Delilah to the suspicion. Maybe that's just because our feelings are getting in the way. But I don't think she benefits. I think she does know.
I called around. Things seem normal with everyone else.
more than we do. Maybe more than she lets on.
Well, are the other lookouts telling the truth?
Of course, why wouldn't they be?
I don't know.
Maybe someone told them not to.
You're suggesting that you and I are actually being watched by whom exactly?
The government. I don't know. Maybe the government.
Maybe the government?
The United States Forest Service? Are you a Douglas fir? Is your trunk infested with bark beetles? Because if not, I promise you, they don't give a shit about you.
Well, that's
You should
true.
have seen this clipboard, Delilah.
I know they don't give a shit.
I guess I should have.
All right, I'm headed toward the camp anyway.
Okay. Keep your radio close to you.
Hey, well, you just said keep my radio close to me.
Yeah?
Before I got attacked back at the lake, I saw a radio on the ground, kind of like the one I use.
And?
Do you think that maybe someone was,
I don't
Listening.
know. What?
Intercepting our frequency.
maybe intercepting our frequency with other radios or something?
Henry,
It's just a thought.
I don't even know how you would do that.
Yeah, well, you sound worried.
No, I'm not. Okay, let's not spin out of control. Just
I'm spinning.
thinking.
Whatever you say, boss.
Well, the alternative is someone is listening not through the radio, but by just overhearing. I'm going to guess overhearing, not through the radio, because there was a part of the clipboard that said inaudible. And it was like in the middle of a conversation between the two of us. So if it was inaudible in the actual radio, Henry and Delilah wouldn't have been able to understand each other. One of them would have said, "What did you say?" or whatever. This was inaudible to the person observing. So they must not have been listening in, which is why I'm sort of like, well, the radio is kind of irrelevant. It could just be a fucking radio on the ground. I think that Delilah, I think that she might be lying in a sense, in a similar way that she did about why she was out here. Right? What I said was that she's lying to protect she was lying to protect the relationship, but she came clean when she no longer felt that the relationship was sort of threatened by that information. And Henry's picking up a little bit. He's like, why are you worried if there's nothing wrong here? He's a little suspicious of that, I think. I don't think he's all the way to not trusting her, but maybe it's like a lie by omission. So my working theory is that someone was observing, listening, but not on the radio. I wouldn't go so far to say that they were like lip reading. That's probably not the case. But maybe looking with some sort of telescope. Some sort of telescopic mechanism.
I know we don't know what's going on yet, but I don't have a good feeling. I don't like feeling vulnerable. It's not like you can just call the police. I was thinking about the Goodwins. It just struck me that if anything weird like this happened to them, happened to Brian, just how scared he would have been.
His dad could protect him.
He had his dad to protect him. Ned, right?
Yeah.
You don't think he could?
No, you're probably right.
It was 3 years ago. He's in high school now. He's on summer break.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I don't think that Delilah is like so psychopathic that she's feigning concern here. I think she's genuinely concerned. I don't know why, but there's a very small tinge of guiltiness that I feel from her. And maybe that's just, I feel guilty for sort of wrapping you up into this. Like if something bad happens to you, I've sort of brought you out here. But it feels a little bit more like she might, maybe not fully knowing, but she's wondering if something she did or set into motion has, like, I don't know, led to something. Or it could just be that sometimes she drinks alcohol and maybe she's like forgetful. And she say that she was like kind of drunk when she called us, and the clipboard said that she was drunk, and I think that she may have lapses in her memory from the drinking and wondering if she didn't like disclose something she wasn't supposed to someone. She also accidentally kept Henry on the call when she meant to talk to someone else. Like there's kind of a messiness to her, which again is part of that lack of inhibition. She just kind of doesn't give a fuck, and that's pretty cool. But a little bit of that loosey-goosey in a time of crisis. She might be feeling worried about some things she forgot or misspoke on or disclosed, and she's not sure if she did because she was drunk. I'm just speculating wildly at this point. But I do not feel that Delilah benefits from Henry being paranoid or being in trouble or getting hurt. And so that is why I think that she is not an antagonist in this situation.
Well, the June fire isn't going anywhere, huh?
No, that's why those guys came out to burn that line. It's at the stage where all we can do is pay attention to it.
They're not going to try to put it out?
Not yet, apparently.
Now, since I am already here, it behooves me to make a quick pit stop for an emotional support friend. Because I'm very scared. And I'm not sure if I'm thinking fully rationally. First, let me give my little turtle a pet here. Maybe just give him a little squeeze. I guess we just pocketed him. Yeah, we just pocket him. You can come with me. Oh, we do have some more notes. July 15th. There was a meteor shower last night in Man. If you've never been 100 miles from a streetlight during one, you're really missing out. I sat outside with my feet on the railing and watched them zoom overhead until 3 in the morning. Even with the fire still burning, they were the brightest shooting stars I've ever seen. Dee hung in till past midnight, and we had a good time watching them together. Dee. That's pretty strange that he's calling Delilah D. Isn't that how the notepad was referring to each of them? D and H? I mean, there's a notepad right there. Did fucking Henry write that stuff and he just forgot? Maybe he's the forgetful one. I've been thinking a lot about life after working out here. One thing's for sure, I want to come back next year. It would be great if Dee was back in Thoroughfare and I got to Two Forks again. Dee was saying that the Forest Service likes to keep people in the same lookouts. You get better at the job that way, I guess. So maybe I'll leave my typewriter out here over the winter, so I don't have to hike out with it on my back. After the season, I was thinking I'd see if there was more NFS work out there, or call up Dixon at Cotton Mountain and see about working at the slopes. It would be nice to get back into skiing. And honestly, after a couple of months of being outside, I'm not sure I'm ready to be stuck indoors. We'll see. Well, again, there's nothing to say that every other place up here has a notepad. It's just a bit conspicuous is all. What did you see, Shelley Duval? Did you, are we having like a mushroom trip or something and we forgot that we were spying on ourselves? Oh, that's interesting. Why is your wedding ring not on, Henry? Does he have like a... Is there like a second Henry? Like, Henry, are you tripping out here? Are you... Is there a part of you that is conspiring against yourself in a way? Do you benefit from losing your fucking mind out here in the forest when you were supposed to be out here finding it? Is there some benefit, some psychological benefit to taking off your wedding ring when you interact with Delilah so that you don't feel guilty about your relationship with Julia? Where's Julia? Where's your photo of Julia? Henry, where'd it go? This is getting strange. And why are you reading so much Richard Sturgeon? What about this one? What does this one say? A singular mind. Well, it's clear that Delilah doubts a little bit of Henry's sanity. I mean, she was the one who said, "Are you sure you're seeing and feeling what you think you are?" So there is a possibility that he's, you know, his mind is splitting a little bit. Let's put that on, Henry. I think you're not thinking straight right now. That's so interesting how, like, you're not even forced to come up here for any reason. I just went up there to look for a pine cone, and I did not find one, but you know what I found? Evidence. Evidence of an unfolding conspiracy, which I may myself be involved in. I mean, it's clear I'm in denial about certain things. It's clear that I don't have the mental faculties to interrogate my own thoughts. And because Delilah is partial to us and she's like the only person we communicate with, she's not really either. And me, Brady, I'm working with incomplete information here. I got no fucking clue what's going on. I'm just doing my best guesswork. Peering into the psychological mind of this lonely, sad man and his lady friend. But I feel secure in the thinking that everyone is not who they say they are, including Henry. He just may not be ready to say it to himself. Well, let's pause things here before we continue to Ruby River and see if we can't get some bolt cutters or something to bypass the impenetrable fence in the forest. Well, until next time, everyone, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.